Oh, there's no intro. Hey, what's up, everybody?
Why is there no countdown?
Woo! There's no countdown for this episode. Welcome to the Salty Nerd Podcast live on Tuesdays.
You guys always expect me to do everything.
Yeah, that's
Well,
called
I
producing.
mean-
It's called producing, sir.
That's okay. It's all right. We can go live right off the dot. That's fine. Hello,
Table
everybody.
Salt Tuesdays.
Table Salt Tuesdays. We've got already
God damn it, Matt. Do your job better.
1, 2, 3, 4. We've already got 4 people trying to get this hat. That's amazing.
Yeah,
so
we haven't even announced the.
we haven't even announced it yet. So
But yeah, that's right.
if you would like to qualify for this, where's my camera? There it is. This hat right here. And if you are a YouTube member, which is only $1.99 is the lowest tier.
That is correct.
$1.99 qualifies you for this hat. Type in hashtag salty hat, and we're going to put you into a drawing
Here's what
in
you
this
do.
episode.
There's a little join button right there underneath the video. Hit it. Join the $1.99 tier or the $30 tier, whatever hat you want, whatever one you want to do,
And
join us. And then in the chat, hashtag salty hat,
Yeah.
and that'll get you entered into the contest for the hat.
and
at the
we
end of the
will
show.
we will ship it to you. So make sure that you guys give us your information via Twitter DM
Consider it a raffle.
and or
Anyone we can't send to?
No.
UK. How much is
We're
it?
not doing it outside the United States.
Yeah, US only, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it costs like $200.
I'm not sending you a $200.
I
hat.
shipped a mug to Norway, Oslo, the capital of Norway. I shipped a mug. It was a $10 mug. It cost me $178 to ship it.
Yeah.
So, obviously,
Yeah.
I want to.
I got new glasses the other day. I got 3 pair and I ordered them online. And one of them, I swear to God, I put them on and I look like Roz from Monsters Incorporated. And I was like, I'm going to send these back. But it cost more to send them back than it was for me to have bought the glasses. And I
Yeah.
was like, I'm just going to keep them.
yeah. Shipping is a weird thing. Hashtag salty hat. John D, you got to be a member to qualify.
That's right.
So obviously the thumbnail might have brought some people in here, and that's totally fine. But
Did he?
guess what? I don't like politics.
Did that happen?
It seems like it. We
Did
got
he get
more
arrested?
people than we normally do. I don't know if that happened or not, but we're not going to talk about it because I don't care.
Yeah. We specifically said in the thumbnail that we don't care.
We don't care. It doesn't matter. It's all made up, and it's all just reality
I
TV.
kind of care.
Well, I mean,
I need to know if I need to go down to the courthouse.
we care, but we don't care. I mean, it's all theater as far as I'm concerned.
is.
Red, blue, purple, doesn't matter. They're all liars.
We're on the Matrix. None of this is
Let's
real.
acknowledge some of our members here.
Yeah, go for it. Do your thing, buddy.
Welcome, members. Penny is in the house. Anthony Mark, Shorty Short, Quantum Cat, Bro Buffett. Who else? Bro Buffett. Bro Buffett. Yeah, Quantum Cat 76. Those are all actual members in our chat right now. Welcome,
on.
guys.
Anthony Mark, did you
Make
say?
sure you hit that hashtag salty hat if you are a member, so we can get you that.
Right on. Okay, so the first topic.
But before we get to the topic, I just want to make a quick housekeeping announcement. So at the end of the stream, we are going to do a random drawing for everyone who uses the hashtag salty hat. You're automatically entered into StreamYard's little giveaway program. It doesn't matter if you spam it, you're only going to be entered once. So just do it one time. But at the end of the stream, we're going to select the winner, and then we will reach out to you and make sure to get your shipping address and stuff like that so we can get you the prize.
Yeah.
And if you're not a member and you're selected, then we're going to select someone else. So be sure that you are a member to be eligible for this giveaway.
Tom's in there saying we're spamming.
Yeah.
Whatever, Tom.
Whiskey Jack, I know you hail from the UK. We'll see what we can do for you.
Ineligible.
It would be less expensive to just fly him here to receive his hat and then fly him home.
It might be. It might be. We'll see what we can do because I know Whiskey Jack's one of our main members, and he's always in the chat and he's always in Discord and stuff like that. So I do feel like we could help you out a little bit, but we'll see what we can do. I don't know.
I mean, if he wants to pay for the shipping, we can send him the hat for free.
I don't suggest you do that. Yeah. It's a hat. It's not worth that much money for shipping.
I don't even want to split it with you.
All right, Shazam 2. So half the table have seen it. The other 2, you're not even going to bother, or do you?
No.
No?
Fuck no.
Why not?
Why would I? It's just more
Do you think?
capes and spandex nonsense. I'm not gonna watch this movie.
You think James Gunn put the frickin' tombstone on the DC.
There's literally nothing I could care less about that's out in theaters right now than this movie. Nothing. I'd rather go watch a Minion movie than this. Sorry.
Banana.
So is it a Shazam thing or is it a DC
I watched
thing?
the first one, didn't do anything for me, and I'm certainly not interested in the second one.
My wife is a huge fan of Zachary Levi, so I think I might take her just to go see it. I personally am
Somebody's got to be salty.
Get her all horned up, bring her home.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
Jude gets it.
I hear you.
Yeah.
So, well, that's what I did to Kadish.
I was like, oh, Zachary Levi. Very nice.
Oh, I thought it was Lucy Liu that did it for you in this show.
More Helen Mirren. I
Oh,
think.
okay.
Yeah, let's have a 90-year-old supervillain. Get the fuck out of here.
It actually worked out pretty well. I was a little bit skeptical
That's
about
the
the
ride.
bad guys going into it, but they were actually pretty good. I have to give them props.
I thought it was fun. I thought it was a fun turn your brain off movie. Do I care about it? No. Did I need to see it? No. But I mean, that's who you're making movies for. It's just people who will go buy a ticket to it.
Yeah.
And that was me.
I'm okay with mindless fun sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going into Shazam 2 to be like, I want to see what the dark side of DC has. Like that's not
Yeah.
that's
I
not what you're
had-
gonna get.
I had 2 double Tito's and it was a fun ass movie.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's because you had 2 double Tito's.
Well, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Some people like popcorn. I had popcorn and vodka.
I asked,
So what-
I asked Matt yesterday, so you went and watched something. I go, did you go watch that Shazam movie? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, why in the fuck did you waste your money on that? And he got pissed off at me. It was really kind of funny. He was a little insulted. It's like, because I wanted to.
Yeah.
It's like,
Because we
sorry,
like-
bro.
Mind your business.
Because we
Whatever.
like movies, man. I
Yeah.
can spell eligible. Sorry.
Eligible.
I wasn't mad.
Yes,
I
you
was
were.
just-
You were a little annoyed with me.
No, I was just simply
were.
stating because I wanted to go see it. I saw the
Yeah.
first one. I liked it.
Yeah.
I like Zachary Levi.
I do like Zachary Levi.
Yeah. And I wanted to go see them.
I'm not going to lie. I do like him as a person. I think he's cool.
Oh man, I think I'm drunk. I just commented to become a member. Hit the join button to become a member.
That's okay.
No,
be
you're just
eligible.
really bad at writing.
Spot on.
You're just a bad writer.
Spot on.
Perfect.
Yep.
It's fine. Yeah, no, I noticed some people doing hashtag salty hat. You have to be a member, so hit the join button for $1.99 to get the hat. I'm not like not wanting to see Shazam. It's definitely not on the top of my list. I definitely want to go see. I'd like to be a member, but I got
Got to buy eggs.
I hear you.
$12 a
yeah.
dozen.
You're not wrong. You're
So
not
do
wrong.
we. That's why we need you to be a member.
I was okay with the first Shazam, and I like Zachary Levi, and I like the fun, adventure nature of it. But it's like not the top of my list. John Wick 4 is the top of my list.
John Wick 4 is
Like,
definitely
I
top
need
of my
to go
list.
see that movie.
Absolutely. We'll go. You want to watch next Monday?
We can do that.
Okay.
Are we
let's
going to
do it.
review it for the show?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah?
Have
You
to.
want to?
I assumed that we were.
All right, cool. Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, we're not doing regular movie topics, so when a good movie comes out, we need to talk about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Next
down.
week, we're talking about fat people in Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's going to be great. What's my snack? I'm going to bring some cucumbers in to make sure I'm fitting in.
Yeah. My five. gotta
I
get my
was,
rice cracker.
it blew my mind, man. What's wrong? Hollywood doesn't like fat people. That's a bonkers topic. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I don't know. Shazam looked dumb, but like you said, it looks dumb and fun. So I guess if you're, I don't feel like Shazam fits into the DC. It's like its own thing.
That's what I felt about it when I saw the first movie.
Yeah, yeah.
The real problem with Shazam is that because of like DC Universe getting rebooted, everyone's kind of like, what's the point of going to see it? Because like it's not going to have any impact on anything. Now, the interesting thing about it is having seen it, it set the stage for further DC EU stuff to happen, right? But now that James Gunn's basically rebooting everything, you're just kind of like, oh, okay.
I did, yeah. When he made his announcement, and then we still had like 3 DC movies coming out, I'm like, should you have waited, maybe? Because like he literally put the tombstone on the DCEU that's Zack Snyder set up,
yeah.
and they're like, oh, by the way, there's still like a few movies that are coming out that are in that version of the
that's
universe.
the thing. I have no interest, 0% interest in watching any of these new DC movies that are coming out, because we all know they're resetting. None of them matter.
Yeah. Well, didn't he?
It doesn't matter to me. So it's just
Apparently, The Flash matters, supposedly.
I mean, he said it's the best superhero movie he's ever seen,
Yeah.
and I'm
mean,
like,
Tom Cruise?
That
That's
sounds
nonsense.
like That sounds like
Tom Cruise also goes to the Scientology church. So
Wait,
you know,
Tom Cruise said it was the best sci-fi movie ever,
Yeah.
or the best superhero movie ever. Is he in it?
he's a little bit of a whack job, dude.
Is he in it?
No, he's not.
Why is he praising a movie he's not in?
I don't know.
Because
Somebody paid him.
why do we praise movies we're not in?
Yeah.
Well, it's what we do because we're nerds and we're not famous.
We're
But
not getting kickbacks from anybody.
Tom Cruise, he has his own movie. He has his own movie that he needs to be promoting. Isn't he coming out with a new Mission Impossible movie?
Yep.
Is it? Are they in their marketing cycle for that yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
there
Oh,
you
I've
go.
seen a bunch of stuff on Instagram about it. Like
Yeah,
all the
there's.
background
I saw
stunts and
I saw a
stuff.
picture on Twitter, and I forget who it was from, about somebody who went and watched a pre-screening of the new Mission Impossible, or was it Shazam? No, it was for the Flash.
Oh, okay.
And there's a picture of Tom Cruise sitting over here next to him, just randomly with a mask on. It's like,
For real?
And the Twitter was like, "Look who I found at this thing," and it's a picture of Tom Cruise.
That's
I feel like
weird.
the Matrix is
Yeah.
just getting crazier and crazier and just being like, they'll fall for
The
it.
Matrix is weird right now.
Yeah. It's really weird, especially with all the natural disasters going on.
Yeah.
Natural, quote unquote, natural disasters. So I'm like, no, it's not real.
I see what you did there, and it
Yeah.
was real funny.
Hey, we got our first super chat of the day.
Pull it up.
Whiskey Jack for £2. I believe that's what that is.
Yes, sir.
A Batboy doesn't fit in the DCEU. Never mind Shazam.
Yeah. No kidding.
100% agree. 100% agree. Thank you for that, Whiskey Jack. We
Yeah,
appreciate you. buddy.
absolutely. Real quick, guys, I want to give a nice shout out to our sponsor for today's episode, Exter Wallets. It's a great wallet company. I have mine, and it's a beautiful green color. Look at that freaking thing shine. You guys can go to the link in the chat right now and grab yours. And don't forget to type in the Popcast, because we are teaming up with our boys, Brian and Shane at the Popcast, for this sponsorship. So when you're in there and you're in the checkout counter and you've got your product, yeah, there you're wearing a Popcast shirt right now.
I'm wearing the shirt.
Type in Popcast at the checkout counter and get your awesome wallet. I have to say, there's two things that I really like about this wallet. One is it's made out of aerospace aluminum. And two, it has a Bluetooth tracker device that you will never lose your wallet again. And I lose mine all the time.
You guys have two different kinds.
We do,
right?
yeah. I have the
Show me
aluminum
the
one.
difference.
I have the aluminum one, so it's pure metal, very sleek and cool looking color. And then you have the leather
mine
one.
is carbon fiber and leather.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So if you prefer the leather feeling, you can get that one. But it holds up to 6 cards. And another thing that I found out this week, and it has nothing to do with
Can you put your weed in there?
yeah, it's childproof.
Oh.
So my old leather wallet, my kids would get a hold of that thing, and my cards would be strewn all over the house, and and I'd be like, "Where are my cards at?" I'd be freaking out. They can't get my cards out of this thing.
What is that?
It's
a multi-tool.
It's a fun little multi-tool that came with my wallet.
Multipass.
Really?
Multipass.
Multi-pass.
Multipass.
Multipass.
It's got some weird magnetic thing in it and some stuff.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
But it has a bottle opener. And that's all I
Oh,
care
I
about.
love that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Love
see.
that.
But anyway, follow the link and help support us and the podcast and this awesome company that has dope products. All right, that's it.
And if you need a wallet.
Did I freeze? What happened? Oh, there we go. What's the next topic? Shazam.
Yeah, what are we talking about
I don't
today?
know. Oh, Willow got
wait,
canceled.
real quick. One last. What do you guys give Shazam on a score? If you're going to score it real quick since you've seen it.
Oh, that's good.
I give it 4 out of 5 shots of Tito's.
Wow. Okay.
4 out of 5?
Well, I had 4 shots of Tito's.
So it's just a turn your brain off, go drink movie.
It was fun. I had a great time.
It's a very fun, enjoyable
Yeah.
film. I mean, it's not like a high art or anything like that, but we had a good time watching it. I'd
Yeah.
give it a solid, 3 wisdoms of Solo Man out of 5. So,
Which you won't get until you see the movie.
But there's not going to be a 3, right?
I mean, they may bring him back in the reboot, but I don't know.
James
like right now, there doesn't seem to be another one in
James
the pipeline.
Gunn, I think what he said during his little press release thing was like Shazam is far enough removed from the rest of DC that it can kind of stand on its own. So they might
Is
continue
it like the Eternals and
Yeah,
Marvel?
yeah. That was a terrible movie.
So, guys, there's 2 breaking news stories that I wanted
breaking
to talk
news?
to you about. Yes.
Oh, boy.
That just happened like either yesterday or this morning. And the first one is that Damon Lindelof is out of his Star Wars movie as of this morning. It was leaked on abovetheline.com that apparently he turned in a draft of his Star Wars film in February. and well, he either got fired or he quit. And when he was interviewed at South by Southwest this past week, he was kind of cagey about working on a Star Wars film, and the reason is because like he's no longer working on it. So he basically turned in one draft and left, and now it's been reported that Lucasfilm is bringing in other writers to work on this movie. So luckily, Damon Lindelof is not involved anymore. I wanted to get your guys' take on that.
Well, I think the House of Mouse and Lucasfilm are
Bad shape.
unequipped to handle Star Wars. They don't know which direction to go because every time they turn, it fails, and they're panicking, and they don't know what to do. And I'm like, just make a good freaking movie. It's that simple. Make one good Star Wars movie, like really freaking good.
Yeah.
And then 90% of the fan base is gonna be like, oh, that was a good Star Wars movie.
Pretty good.
Let's have more of that. Like, it's just like what's happening with Star Trek Picard season 3. It's like for the longest time, for years, we've been like, Star Trek freaking sucks. We have one good season. We're like, hey, Star Trek is good again. Let's keep going with this. Let's go down this aisle and see how this goes.
You have so much faith. It's hilarious.
I'm like, just make a good movie. It's not that hard.
Okay, so I'm kind of with like my brother's in the chat right now. He says, "Let Star Wars rest for a decade." I said that.
Hear.
I said that exact same thing
A decade?
a couple days ago on Saturday.
Yeah.
But how long has it been since we've got a Star Wars movie?
When did Rise of Skywalker?
When did
come
Rise
out?
of Skywalker?
Oh, no.
come out?
Well, are you counting Rise of Skywalker as like a
I
trilogy movie?
Just when did the
You're
trilogy?
talking about
end?
Rogue One,
I'm not talking about
Solo.
I'm talking about the trilogy movies.
Okay. All right. Let me Google
Because
it.
that's you know that was at least 3 or 4 years ago now, right?
Either 2019 or 2020, one of those two.
Let me see. No, it was 2019.
So
it was before-
it's been almost 4 years
Yeah.
since we've had a Star
So
Wars.
you want to go
movie.
another 4 years?
I think if we went another 4 or 5 years, and get a little gap between a little bit longer gap between
Yeah.
these movies. Let whatever these cartoons are on the Disney Plus thing
Yeah.
pan out, and then give us a movie and reboot this series. I'm not talking. I didn't mean. I'm not saying
You're
redo
scaring
Star
the hell out of
Wars.
me right now.
I'm not saying redo A New Hope. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
But start a new trilogy. Give us new characters. Give us something that we can all think of as new together. You know, and I don't care if it's in the future or if it's back in the day. But they've got to do something to where they can unite our fandom back together. Because right now our fandom sucks.
They have to move
It's
the franchise forward.
Yeah.
They have to stop going back to like the old Republic era and
I
stuff
don't know
like
if I
that.
agree with that, but
Yeah, I don't know.
I want them to get past the sequel trilogy and take it in completely new direction.
Yeah.
Because as long as they keep doing like stuff set in
I don't want
the past timeline, they're gonna keep breaking stuff.
I don't want to hear the word fucking Skywalker in Star Wars if they do that. They need to go very far and just start a brand new story with brand new characters.
Yeah.
You know, use the Force, have that stuff in there, have Jedi, have Sith, but you know, we need to move past Luke and Leia and Darth Vader and everything. If otherwise, we're just never gonna get to a point where
Yeah. The
Everybody's gonna be
Skywalker is a small family in a big galaxy.
yeah.
I'm down for like, let's move on. Let's do something different. But I don't necessarily agree with Kadish. I think the Old Republic is ripe for some really freaking cool stories,
Yeah.
especially about like how the Sith come back to life.
The problem with the Old Republic is that you're telling a story that regresses with the technology and all this other stuff. I want to have the freedom for these filmmakers to let their imaginations run wild and make use of modern technology without it breaking canon.
I just had a realization. I think that Star Wars is my own personal kryptonite because whenever you guys start talking about Star Wars, I want to fucking die.
I hear you.
It's like I've got enough.
Unfortunately, you're living in a world where you live with Star Wars fans.
Well,
I know.
and our sphere of
I don't give a shit
I get
about
it.
any of this.
you know what's funny though is like Kathleen Kennedy's whole strategy for Star Wars is to try to appeal to people like Jude.
Well, you're failing. I'm going to go back into my Matrix pod and go to sleep for the next 100 years and hopefully wake up into a world where there are no more Star Wars shows or movies.
oh, they'll be there.
Yeah,
In 100 years, they'll certainly
I'll
be
go
So-
back into my Matrix pod. I'll have a nice ass nap.
But to Vader's point about like leaving it alone for a decade, at this point we're 4 years
Bro,
post. So
we've already done that.
It's going to take another couple of years for them to even make a new movie. So by the time the next one comes out, it will have been 10 years.
Pretty close, probably. I mean, they
they're already doing it.
They keep on canceling things. So
because they don't know what to do,
and well,
and they hire a bunch of shitty
in
writers.
2028, we'll get a new movie, and
It'll be Taika Waititi.
it better not be fucking Ryan Johnson's movie. Or
No, it'll be Taika Waititi.
I will lose.
Did you hear that?
fucking
Did you hear
mind.
Taika Waititi wants to make his own movie and star in it? And they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, go for it. After Thor: Love and Thunder, they're like, yeah, go star and write your own movie. Like,
Listen,
like Taika Waititi.
I love Taika Waititi. I think he's a funny dude. But do I want to see a Taika Waititi Star Wars?
No.
I feel like this franchise
It's
is
just like I don't want to see a Quentin Tarantino Star Trek movie.
Oh, remember
It's
when
like,
that was
no,
rumored? Yeah.
I don't want to see this.
What were you going to say, Jude?
I feel like this franchise is the equivalent of the couple that keeps having kids to save their marriage.
That's
good.
not
Yeah,
bad.
I like that. Yeah, I like
That's
that.
not bad.
Just keep pumping out movies, and then maybe you'll keep it alive. And then they're all just like divisive and crappy.
Except it's like the couple with the kids. You know, I'm gonna get Johnny on the weekend, but I don't know what Johnny likes, so I buy him a Sony PlayStation, but like the 2 models old model. It's like, oh, sorry, this kind of sucks. But
I noticed
it's still Star Wars.
Kadish-
but it's kind of.
Kadish got in a fight with somebody on Twitter this week. Did you see that thread? Where he was talking trash about George Lucas, and there was a bunch of George Lucas
Oh
stands
well, but
came in.
when he said it,
Oh man, are the George Lucas people coming for us next?
After Kadish.
but he's true.
They're like, well, actually,
he's
they
all-
actually him.
Well,
great.
actually, George Lucas isn't a good storyteller.
Yeah, what do you mean he's not a good storyteller? I was like flipping through. This is the greatest thing I've ever read.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much to set people off.
Really, not in the Star Wars world.
Then
No,
we lost 4 subs. So I'm like, oh, God damn it, what's going on here?
doesn't matter. I don't know, man. I just want Star Wars to be good. I feel like there's lots of potential. They just
all
have to.
anybody
They
wants.
just have to make a sci-fi, not a sci-fi. I'm sorry, a fantasy space opera.
Listen, all we want is Star Wars to be good, and we get rocks piloting ships and shit, right? So
Geode?
Yeah.
We got a problem with Geode, bro?
kind of do.
Did that book sell any copies?
Yeah. Is the High Republic even a thing still?
No, I don't think so. I don't remember any of those books. I didn't even read any of them.
Yeah, I mean, Lucasfilm needs a major overhaul if they're going to fix anything.
Yeah.
They really do.
And they also need to do a mea culpa to the fan base and just be like, look,
Yeah.
we hear you. We're no longer going to call you racist, sexist, homophobes.
Can't wait till they double down again this year, Star Wars Festival or whatever.
Celebration.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about those is like they do this big hoorah and they bring out Kathleen Kennedy and they have the big LCD screen behind her and they're like, look at all the shows we're making. And if you go back from last year's and you just like cross off all the ones that they've canceled, there's nothing left.
I absolutely believe
Nothing left.
that I said when we were talking last year, I said none of those things are going to get made.
Mm-hmm.
None of them.
They didn't.
Pretty spot on so far.
Dead.
Well, what was crazy is like they made like a whole like announcement trailer for Patty Jenkins,
Yeah.
like Rogue Squadron, and like she was there herself, and like
Mhm.
she said like I am making this.
And then Wonder Woman
We're
1984
like,
came
"No,
out.
you're not."
And we're like, no, please.
Yeah, and like it's now official. That's no longer happening.
Because that's a bummer because like a Top Gun X-Wing fighter pilot TV show
You
would
know
have
what?
been
Hired
dope.
the guy who directed Top Gun Maverick to make it.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, Top Gun Maverick was just
If
a new hope.
If a AAA Hollywood director was approached by Lucasfilm to make a Star Wars movie right now, if they're smart, they'll run away as fast as they can. It's like, nope,
yeah.
I want nothing to do with that.
They're gonna have their fingers all up in your pie,
Yeah,
not leaving you alone. You're not gonna be able to make your own movie.
it's wild.
I can't do it.
It's
up?
so
Brian's
sad
in the
to me.
chat.
Brian.
Podcast Brian.
Oh,
Oh,
hey,
thank
what's
you.
up, man? How you doing? Hey, we did our shout out for your wallets. These things are dope. I got mine in the mail. Thank you so much for including us in that sponsorship because I'm excited to not be Costanza. Shout out to the podcast.
Can't stand you.
Can't stand you.
All right. So the other breaking news story is that one of the head executives at Marvel Studios, Victoria Alonso, abruptly left the company that she's been with for close to 20 years. And she's credited as being around since like the first Iron Man and stuff like that. But apparently, according to these articles that have been coming out lately, she's been the kind of like driving force behind Marvel's diversity and inclusion initiative, where like they're gender swapping and race swapping a bunch of characters. They're pushing more political stuff into the TV shows, and she's a gay Latina woman who basically wanted to really push the agenda narrative in Marvel. And since Phase 4 has been an epic disaster with movies massively underperforming left and right, it looks like she's getting the blame for that and was either fired or walked away because she doesn't like the direction that the studio's heading in.
Sacrificial lamb.
I'm going to say it's a scapegoat.
Oh, 100%. Where was it? It was on a stream I was watching yesterday. It might have been over on Midnight's Edge. I'm not sure if I remember right. But somebody put up, it was on Midnight's Edge. I think Tom put up a graph that showed Phase 4 movies. And the only ones that made any actual money, as far as over the $1 billion benchmark, were Sony movies.
Is that a benchmark? $1 billion?
The ones that made the actual good money were Spider-Man movies that weren't even made by Marvel.
Yeah, that's Tom
Studios.
Holland. Tom Holland, for whatever reason.
So, you can see the people at Disney Marvel going, what the fuck is going on here?
Hold on.
it's
Because
wild.
Sony cheated a little bit. Because they brought in the last Spider-Man movie, which made $1 billion, and was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
They brought in Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and they made an actual good multiverse Spider-Man movie.
Then that's what Marvel needs to be doing.
Yeah, but they can't just rely on nostalgia the whole time.
Well,
were they going to bring Robert Downey Jr. back already?
Well,
I know he died like 2 movies ago.
they should
but
never have fucking killed him, man.
no, that was an awesome part of that movie.
Nonsense.
That was a fantastic sacrifice.
They
for
went
that
into
movie.
Phase 4. Everybody told them. You start doing this Marvel MCU bullshit.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose money. Nobody's gonna want to watch this shit. And it's exactly what's happened.
Well,
and now these people are getting axed, and they're have to do a redirection.
Apparently, another thing that Victoria Alonso was responsible for is she's the one who convinced Bob Chapek to come out against Florida's bill. What was it? The education bill that didn't want to teach sexual stuff in classrooms.
Yeah.
And they were calling it the "Don't Say Gay" bill. And so it was her direct involvement in convincing Chapek to come out against it that caused Disney to lose all their tax privileges in Florida and literally cost them billions of dollars.
I try not to get political, but I think that little game of chess that they played was freaking hilarious.
Well, don't get involved in politics,
Like, hey,
man.
we're going to push our effort into your politics. And the political guy goes, oh, screw you. You're getting tax write-offs. Okay, those are gone.
Disney's job is to entertain.
Yeah.
It's not to politicize shit. And that's all they're doing these days.
Yeah.
And it sucks. And that's why they're not making any money.
There's a lot of parents out there. I've got 3 kids. There's a lot of parents out there who are like, I need some kind of a filter to tell me which movies I can watch and which ones I don't want my kids to see. Because they try to shove this stuff down everybody's throats. And I'm like, I get it, because I do the same thing. I have to pre-watch stuff that's new.
Yep.
I have to watch it first. And then I'm like, yeah, it's fine. This is good. This is just pure child entertainment fun. And I'll let my kids watch it. And then I watch some other things and I'm like, oh my God, there's so many innuendos and freaking hint, and wink, and this is okay, and that's okay. And what if you have freaking 3 dicks? Here you go, kids. I'm like, I don't want none of that stuff happening in my kids' realm right now. They're too young for that kind of stuff.
And this all comes down to good writing. There are so many shows. We just finished talking about a show earlier today where there's a bisexual character, and it's so nuanced that it's not the character is bisexual and that's all you need to know. It just happens to be a part of the character, and it comes down to good writing where you can write things that are nuanced that people who are bisexual or who are gay or who are of a different perspective can feel included or at least not excluded, where it's not hitting people over the head with the messaging and it totally detracts from the entertainment value of it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get your guys' take on this, because this, Victoria Alonso lady, she's the big reason why Marvel was pushing to more female characters, like female Thor and Miss Marvel and all this other stuff. With her gone, there's a lot of speculation going around about what the future of the MCU is going to be, since she's not there pushing this agenda anymore.
Good.
Do you guys think that Marvel is going to improve because of this?
Never know.
No.
It could.
I think it's too late.
Marvel has a lot of stuff that they can play with right now.
I think
they got the X-Men they need to introduce. They got
Fantastic Four. She's the one who mandated that they change the name of the X-Men to the Mutants. Because
I'm
it was more
leery of
inclusive.
anyone pushing their own personal agenda, whether it's religion or sexuality or inclusion or disclusion or get rid of these people because we don't like them or they don't look good enough. I am leery of anyone pushing their own personal fucking agenda. Just write characters that are entertaining, and we'll all get on fucking board.
I think personally, and I can only speak for myself,
I'm gonna go to that new X People movie.
I'm pretty
gonna be
X-People. I'm pretty burnt out on the superhero genre right
Absolutely,
now.
I am.
Like we were talking earlier about Star Wars taking a 10-year break. I think we need a 10-year break from superhero
Listen, man,
movies.
there was nothing like the first 3 phases of the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
Never been done before. It was like 20, 30 movies.
23 movies.
That
in that first like
they
Thanos.
started with that Iron
Yeah.
Man movie,
Yep.
and they all are a cohesive, linear, attached
Yep.
story. Never seen nothing like
It-
it before
what-
ever
and
in my life.
What I like
And
about
they
those
all work.
movies is a lot of them, I'm not going to say every single one of them, but a lot of them can stand on their own.
Oh yeah,
Like I
they're
feel
all,
like
they're all their own individual.
they're
thing
all
for
their
the
own
most part.
individual movies, and then they kind of hint to a larger story that you can go and catch in another movie somewhere else. I feel like the phase, what phase are we
Phase
on
4.
now? Phase 4 Marvel movies.
trash.
We're actually going into phase 5.
But we're
Right?
going
Phase 5
into phase 5.
You
this last one
have
was phase
like
4.
I feel like you have to watch every single one.
and not
to
only
care
that,
about the
but
next
you got to
one.
watch all the bullshit Disney
And the
Plus
TV,
shows too.
TV show. I think they bit off more than
Absolutely.
they could chew.
yeah, yeah.
That's how they get you.
And I'm burnt out on superhero stuff. Like
Yeah.
even the DC stuff. And I know James Gunn's got
I
big
just-
plans, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. Like maybe a Batman movie every once in a while I can go and enjoy, but I'm really kind of over the capes and
Like keep
spandex
giving
thing.
me movies like John Wick, and I'll never go see a superhero movie. Again.
Exactly. Yeah. If there's something better out for like
Yeah.
if the next Marvel movie was going up against John Wick 4 in the same weekend,
Yeah.
who do you think would win?
Oh, I mean,
Like
I'm
in
gonna
the
go
bo-
see John Wick.
In the box office, who do you think is going to bring in more money?
I don't know.
I feel like
There's a lot of sheeple out there that go Disney movie. You know,
I'm going to read a couple super chats real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah,
We got Whiskey Chat for £5. R.I.P. Tony Stark. Ironheart don't need no man to show her how to be fabulously awesome. That was a Power Rangers clip. I couldn't watch that whole movie. I was
bad.
like, I'm good.
so bad.
I'm good. But that's just me. It's just my personal opinion. I'm done. I'm over it.
No, you can say it. Wakanda Forever's trash.
It's a terrible
just
movie.
say it. It's fucking trash.
Foxhound for £5. We don't need breaks from Marvel and Star Wars. We need well-written, casted, directed stories. It's simple. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll give you that. But I'm personally like, I could take a break. for a minute.
We're tired of it, and we're burned out of them because they're just not good.
Yeah.
If they were good movies,
We'd probably
then
be
we'd
still on
probably feel
board.
better. We'd probably feel different about it.
$5 from Astro Nerd Boy. This guy freaking
He's a stud.
he throws some money at
Well,
us. like
yeah,
a
we should
stripper.
point out Astro Nerd Boy is our top donator
Top
for
tier
Saturday
donator.
morning live streams.
He's dropping some freaking Benjamins on us in the other chat. It's wild. Good job, sir. Thank you so much for your support. Astro Nerd Boy, £5 or $5. Sorry. If the Marvel/DC movies had all been great, it wouldn't be burned out on them.
This is
I wouldn't
true.
be burned out on them.
This is very true.
Yeah, you don't get burnt out on good stuff.
That's right.
That's
It's
true.
only bad stuff you get burnt out on.
I don't know what.
So
Is-
in addition to all this other stuff that we've been talking about, Willow, the TV series, has been canceled.
Who cares?
I
gives a
gave
shit?
zero craps about that
Yeah.
show
Yeah.
as
I made
soon
it
as they
past-
announced it.
Yeah, I made it through the second episode, and I'm said,
See,
no.
You guys
I'm
are
out.
fans of the original movie.
yeah.
I'm not. I could give a crap less about that movie. So when they were like, "There's a Willow TV show," I was like, "Skip."
I
but
all I
but
thought-
you guys were genuinely like, "Oh, I hope they do it well."
I hope they do it good.
Yeah, and they just
I mean, we all knew deep down inside that it was going to suck.
but, yeah.
It was going to suck because Disney Plus just needs content,
Mhm.
and they're mining every single little tiny thing that they can find deep down in their library of shit that they can make content from. New shows, new movies, new series, whatever. And unfortunately, they have to inject their nonsense into it.
Is that what it was?
It's partly, yeah.
It wasn't just like boring or
it's like-
poorly written.
No, it was all the above.
Did you
think-
watch it?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
I think we watched 2 episodes,
Yeah.
and we were really looking forward to it. I love the original movie, and I wouldn't say that it necessarily holds up as like a great movie today, but like it's nostalgic and it's charming, and I was really looking forward to the show. And we got through 2 episodes, and then it wasn't like we hated it. It was just kind of like we kind of forgot about it, and then we were like, I don't care. Like every time it's been brought up since, like, oh yeah, we need to finish that. We're like, I don't care. Do you? No. Okay, let's watch something else. Like I literally don't care about it. I don't think I've thought about it since it came out.
Yeah. So this Willow series was basically showrun and produced by Jonathan Kasdan, who's Lawrence Kasdan's son, and he was also the co-writer on Solo, a Star Wars story. So he doesn't have the best track record in writing good stuff. And when we watched the first 2 episodes of Willow, first of all, Val Kilmer is nowhere in it. His character basically effed off and was a deadbeat
Kind of
dad.
like a deadbeat dad,
Yeah.
which is a bummer.
Oh, that's
his-
Disney.
Yeah.
That's Disney's MO though.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
love the deadbeat dad.
Yeah,
Girl power.
Yeah, his daughter is a lesbian who's in love with Freckle Jesus, who is training to be a warrior.
Oh, that was the girl from Falcon and
Yes.
Winter Soldier
Yeah.
that we all hated.
Oh yeah. Wow, she's in that too.
Enfys Nest.
Yeah,
My
Infus
God.
Nest.
If you need to check
She
boxes,
gets everything.
she covers them all.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because she's redheaded too.
She's a redheaded
mixed race.
mixed race lesbian.
Perfect.
But
Get 'em all.
the worst part about the Willow series is that they made Willow a fraud. Like in the movie,
Yeah, that's
he
nonsense.
goes on this journey to become like a wizard. He saves the day at the end with his magic powers, and now that he's the wizard of his village, he's smoke and mirrors. Like he's literally like lying to his entire village about his powers and stuff like that. They completely cucked Willow in his own freaking show.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, and basically, like everything about the show is just like woke CW teenage nonsense. And when the news came out that Lucasfilm was canceling Willow, because right now Bob Iger's coming in and he's doing all types of austerity measures to rein in costs. Jonathan Kasdan came out on Twitter and he said, "Well, we're not technically canceled. We got all of season 2 written."
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah,
That was
but
damage control for sure.
but we've released the actors from their contracts. And I'm like, dude, if you release the actors from their contracts, you're not making any more
Are you
of the
picking a
show.
fight with Jonathan Kasdan?
I don't need to.
Let's do it.
That's a fight I wouldn't mind getting into.
Let's take him
Let's
down.
talk about Solo
Let's
real
knock you
quick.
down a few pegs, buddy.
Listen, your dad might have written Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
but that
You're
does
not your dad.
mean You're not your dad, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't
right.
you feel like when you watch today's movies that are all coming out with so much like messaging, I equate it with like being at a party and having someone walk in to a room and be like, "I'm this guy and you got to deal with me," and you're
Yeah.
like, "That guy sounds crazy. I'm going to stay the fuck away from him."
Yeah.
Rather than having like a guy walk into a room and you have a conversation and then you find out about him and you're like, "Oh yeah, cool guy."
Yeah. Well, I want to, without mentioning any names, because I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but we've talked to some writers who have been writing TV shows recently, and they've said writing rooms are horrible these
Horrendous.
days.
I bet.
Yeah.
There's so much that you have to tiptoe around, walking on eggshells. It's like writing an actual movie with a group of like 4 or 5 people is just awful.
They probably got like a hookah type soy dispenser coming out of the city
right.
where they can all suck on their soy titty juice. Okay,
I love The
guys,
Last
This is
Jedi.
what we're gonna do.
That was a great
So,
movie. That was
I
the
mean,
best
just-
Star Wars movie ever.
Just look at us today when we talked about earlier. We were talking about like redheads being taken out and being replaced
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
like other people, and we were all tiptoeing around it so that we were making sure that we weren't saying anything
Well,
that was like going to be taken out of context
some
or
of us were.
misconstrued. Like
You definitely
I
won.
can only imagine being in a writer's room.
Yeah.
And having to insert the things that we want to get accomplished and also tiptoe around anyone who that might offend.
When you're in a writer's room, this is how I feel it. You got that one guy in there. You got Matthew Kadish, but he's like a not confident Matthew Kadish. He's just starting in the world,
Yeah.
right? And he gets put into a writing room full of I don't know what's 6, 7 people, and they're all shaved headed, purple haired, nose ring, soy monsters, right? And so they all got these stupid ideas, and you know that if you interject something that's smart and makes actual sense, you're going to get pounced on, and you're probably going to get fired.
And you have to make that entertaining.
And they're not going to. You can't do anything. That's how I
handcuffed.
see it in my head.
I
but-
think my favorite story came from Cameron Pasha when he talked about a writer's room experience
Yeah.
he had on a show that he was working on. And, Cameron, he's a Muslim and, he's a very smart guy. And he technically is a minority, but he's not a minority that Hollywood really respects. And he was talking about a situation in a writer's room that he was in where basically they hired this Latina woman who claimed to be an ex-special forces, Army Ranger type person to come in and be one of the writers and consultants on the show. And it became very clear early on that she was a complete fraud. She had never served in the military. But they couldn't fire her because it would have been against the diversity initiative because she was a woman and, Latina. So, he kind of tells this story. He tells it way better than I do. But it's kind of representative of what's going on nowadays, where it's like someone's race and ethnicity and gender is more important than their talent,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of reboots and stuff like that, the next item on our list is something. Oh, what's up?
I wanted to do a push for the hat really quick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Is that cool?
Yeah. There's 33 people in there. Go ahead.
Yeah. Just another push today. Guys, today we're giving away a Salty Nerd podcast cap. These are available over at saltynerdstore.com over on our Mixed Tea store. But we're giving one away today on this live stream. If you want to be entered to win this hat, you got to do two things. You got to be a member of our membership club. You just hit the join button. You can hit the $1.99 level and think of it as you're entering a raffle. It costs you $1.99. And then in the chat, just do the hashtag salty hat. You only got to do it one time and you'll be automatically entered into the drawing for the end of the thing. And then we will contact you at the end after the drawing and get your shipping information. So,
Or you can just go to our store and buy one.
or you can go to our store and buy your own right now.
Yeah.
So that's that.
It's
So,
available to everyone for $35.
I don't know, something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But type in,
Or you can just enter the drawing.
what is it, salty for 10% off in the checkout counter?
Salt.
If you want to buy one yourself.
yeah, is that what
Yeah,
it
we
is?
have a
Salty?
10%
Yeah.
code for just type in salty at the checkout counter. $2 or 2 pounds from Whiskey Jack, ginger spiced soy latte. I don't know. I think that was in reference to something else that we said, but
Yummy.
yeah. I'll go with the
That's
ginger.
just what he calls
I'll-
me.
I am a fan. I am a fan of ginger spice.
I like ginger spice.
If you want to be my lover, you gotta get with my friends.
Wait, is there actually a ginger spice?
Bro?
I don't know. I thought it was scary spice,
I-
baby spice.
She's the redhead in the Spice Girls.
Sorry.
God damn it, man.
Sorry.
You're fucking making my point.
Listen,
I'm replacing gingers.
if you want to be my
I don't know,
lover,
man.
you
I
gotta
don't know.
get with
I didn't
my
watch
friends.
the Spice Girls. Dark Tower reboot coming out of Amazon. You're a Stephen King fan, Jude. So do you have any confidence
I don't
whatsoever?
care.
You don't care?
I do not care.
Amazon.
So what's funny about Jude's response there? So Mike Flanagan, who's responsible for all the awesome Netflix horror series like Midnight Mass, Haunting of Hill House, all that
Ooh,
stuff.
yeah.
So he left Netflix for a deal at Amazon, and he wants to remake The Dark Tower into an epic 5-season TV series that ends with 2 movies. Okay,
Wow.
that's his pitch, and he's gone on record recently as saying that because the movie with Matthew McConaughey and Idris Elba was so bad and failed so miserably, no one's giving him the time of day. He's having to work his ass off to pitch this.
I believe it.
Which is arguably one of Stephen King's most beloved and most popular
Yeah.
series. So the idea that this guy, Mike Flanagan, who's made arguably some of the best horror stuff in
Yeah.
the last decade,
Oh, for sure.
can't get this off the ground because of how bad the Ron Howard movie was, is
That was
mind-boggling.
a Ron Howard movie?
I believe it was. If it wasn't directed by him, it was definitely produced by him.
Okay.
I feel like when you're adapting something from Stephen King, it is so trepidatious because like one of my favorite book by Stephen King is The Stand, and it is arguably one of the weirdest books, and it's so hard to adapt. Like they've tried to adapt it twice in a I think the first one was it a series or a miniseries?
It was a miniseries.
Miniseries, and then they did another miniseries
With Amber Heard, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And both of them were an epic fail, and there's just something to his stories that it has to stay inside your brain for some of the content that he has created. There's so much of his that he has written that is I'm going to say unadaptable, that they are epic, beautiful, crazy, weird stories.
Cocaine-fueled nightmares.
Yeah, cocaine-fueled nightmares that no one else should have to see.
Yeah.
And I think that's okay. So trying to adapt The Dark Towers, honestly, I don't care. I don't need
no
it.
confidence?
I don't need it.
I do. That changed
There
my...
are some stories that I'm like, oh shit, I want to see what they do with it, and there
Yeah.
are some that I'm like, stop.
I like the idea that the guys from Midnight Mass and that are taking it up.
I mean,
'cause
I'm
they're-
gonna go see it.
They're freaking talented as hell.
Yeah.
Those shows are incredible. The only one I didn't really care for, I think was it Blair Manor?
Bly Manor?
Bly Manor.
Bly Manor.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really like the Midnight Club.
Midnight Mass.
I liked
no,
all
Midnight
of them.
Club.
Oh, there's another one called
It's
Midnight
like
Club.
it's more like teenagers.
Oh, that
Yeah,
probably sucks.
it's about teenagers who are dying from incurable diseases who all get together every night to
And they tell each other
stories.
like ghost stories.
Oh, that's interesting. I loved Midnight Mass. That show freaking freaked me out. I love the direction that they took. Like the religious aspect of it was really cool.
And it was basically like Mike Flanagan's version of Salem's Lot, essentially.
It's a good show.
We got a really funny comment in the live chat right now. I'm surprised Stephen King didn't write Cocaine Bear. Have you guys watched that movie?
I sailed the seven seas. It's not great.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. It qualifies as like a dumb fun movie,
Okay.
but it's.
I haven't watched it yet, but I want to.
I would say it's not scary enough to be a horror. It's not quite funny enough to be a comedy.
Okay.
It's kind of in this weird middle ground where it's like it's
Oh.
gory and weird and gross and kind of jump scary-ish, but it's not. And then it's also kind of funny, but that's super fun. It's in this weird middle ground. where
Okay.
I don't think it knew what it wanted to do.
I didn't think it would be horror.
Yeah.
I've been trying to stay away from any spoilers about it, so I haven't watched a whole lot of trailers. But like, obviously, it's out there and people are talking about it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Uh,
Well, come on.
So what I pictured it was more of like a documentary that was also funny.
Well, the true story behind it is nothing like the movie. Like the dude dropped some cocaine out of a plane, the bear ate it, and then immediately the bear died, as you would if you ingested like
Okay.
4 pounds of cocaine.
Okay.
So the true story is just like meh, and they were just like, and they were like, well, the bear. What if the bear didn't die? And what if it went on like a cocaine rage, like murder spree? And that's what the movie is. So it's like, it's super outlandish, goofy. The bear's doing like superhuman things and like jumping through the air and stuff like that. It's just dumb.
I got a funny
I-
cocaine story that allegedly happened.
To you?
Allegedly.
Okay. Are you gonna tell it?
I don't know if I can. I'll tell you. I don't know if I'll tell you.
I need to like ask the producer a question.
Yeah.
Is there any way you can put a link to the membership join things and pin it in the chat? Because apparently there's no join button on the phone version.
On the phone version?
And people are asking where the join button is on the phone.
I thought you put something in the chat earlier.
So we need a link pinned in the chat somewhere to take
Okay,
us to
hold
the
on.
membership, join the membership things. And I don't know how to do
I'm
that.
working on it right now. Give me 1 second, guys.
And we can just pin
But
that.
continue talking. So you're not going to tell us the cocaine story, Jude?
I think it's best if she saved that
Yeah.
for off air.
have to vet
It'll be
that first.
Patreon content
Okay,
of
all
a
right.
story that allegedly happened to someone
Yeah,
Okay.
if
that
you
I know.
join the Salty Nerd members area, you will get access to this story.
There you
Pretty
go.
funny. But I'll tell you as soon as we're done recording.
Okay, so I'm looking here, and if I click on the membership, guys, it brings me to like my credit card information. There's no like share, I don't think. Let me see. Yeah, there's no share button. So if you go to the bottom of the group chat or the bottom of the live chat room, and it says support the podcast, you should see a membership area.
No, you're doing it on the PC though.
So
Like the whole thing is like the mobile.
There's no
the
join
mobile.
chat on the mobile.
okay,
It needs to be in the chat somewhere. We can pin it to the top of the chat, but I don't have a link to it to pin.
no, yeah, you're right. On my phone, I don't see it on my phone. So go get a laptop. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
You guys want to answer this question really quick before we move on to another one?
Go ahead. What question is that?
Foxhound is asking us, how do we all know each other?
I just responded in the chat. Our Matrix
did you?
pods are all next to each other.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. We're plugged in via
So
cords.
just the real quick version. Alex reached out to us on Twitter on a random lark from all of our mutual hatred for
The Last
The
Jedi.
Last
Because he was
Jedi.
stalking all of us.
we learned that we all live within like 5 miles of each other here in Las Vegas. In another really random twist of the plot, we started hanging out at our coffee shop. Alex said, "Hey, let's make a podcast." We went to his kitchen.
Yep.
Matt went, "Hey man, can I bring my girlfriend in?" And then
That's me.
he brought Jude in. And the next thing you know, here we are.
Yep.
And that's pretty
Here we
much
are.
that's the quickie version.
3 years later, here we
3
are.
years later, we're all really good friends, and you know, we all make out with each other on the regular, and
Yeah.
here we are. So
Yeah.
it's really fun.
Did you say we all make out with each other
I
on the
did.
regular?
I did.
Yeah.
I'm like, did I hear that right?
Yeah.
All right. Guess you're giving away
You
our
guys
secrets.
are playing footsie under the table.
We sure are.
I know it.
100%.
We sure are.
All right. Next topic. This one hits home. Not home, but it hits me a little harder than I think it probably hit the rest of you guys. Sam Neill has come out.
Oh, yeah.
And he said he's being treated for blood cancer. I watched his Instagram live that he did the other day, and he says I'm fine. He's been working on this for a couple of years, so he's been treated for a while, and he says he's on the mend. He's doing all right. So I tend to believe him, but he's also during like the pandemic and after I think Jurassic World Dominion was done filming, he was diagnosed, and then he took a long break from acting. He couldn't really do anything because he was doing treatment. So he wrote a book, which he is now releasing. I think on the 23rd of March, he's releasing his memoirs and his like stories. And I think it's called Sam Neill, Have I Ever Told You This? Or something like that. And it'll come out, I think, this week. And I'm going to buy it. I have Audible. I have a couple of credits to my name, so I'm going to order it on Audible as soon as I get a chance to. But it's a sad news, but he's an older guy. And it seems to be just what happens when you get to that age. You got to start dealing with some issues that you pop up. So hopefully he's got... He's got some good doctors and he's got some good treatments going on. He seems like he's in high spirits, so I hope that continues on. I hope he lives a long, happy life, and I hope I get to see him in another dinosaur movie, maybe.
So you mentioned Audible.
Yeah.
And I discovered something this past week. Remember when we were talking about like Spotify having audiobooks, and I was like, oh, I'm probably just going to cancel my Audible subscription because Spotify has it all. So I learned that if you pay for your Spotify subscription, you still have to pay for your audiobooks, and you can't buy them through the app. You have to go to your mobile,
Who is this?
Spotify.
Spotify's doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going
And they
to
make it
Spotify then.
super complicated. So
Yeah, no,
I was super disappointed because I wanted to, I forget. Oh, we were watching Daisy Jones and the Six, and it's based on a book. And I was like, oh, I want to read the book. So I went to Spotify and I was like, oh, I'll just download the book. And it was like, no, you have to pay for the book. And I was like, oh, okay, well, fair enough. I'll just pay for the book. And then they were like, you can't buy it through the app. Go to your computer. And I was like, that's too much trouble.
What do you guys talking about?
Spotify just bought out this company called Findaway Voices, which is an audiobook distribution network. And they're going to be incorporating their stuff into the app in the future.
They're going to make it easier.
It's going to be easier to listen to audiobooks. Podcasts and audiobooks are something that Spotify is really doubling down on.
Yeah, so for now, Audible still has my money.
Yeah, Audible. Dude, I have like 8 credits on Audible.
I thought we were talking about Sam Neill.
We are. Well, he's putting out a new book.
Oh, my favorite thing of his was Invasion. That was awesome.
That was great. That one episode he was in.
One episode.
Did you guys know you can swim in space?
Maybe that's why he only did one episode.
When is Invasion coming back out?
I don't know. I don't think they ever released a
Don't put that voodoo on me, Ricky
Oh, we're
Bobby.
watching it.
They keep saying sometime towards the end of this year, but I don't believe it.
It's not gonna.
I think it's gonna get
It's not
canceled.
gonna happen, is it?
Yeah, let me look it up. Season 2 release date.
You know what I am looking forward to is Tetris.
That's gonna
I
be.
kind of
Yeah.
am looking forward. I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to the machine
Oh, Burt Kreischer's
Burt
movie.
Kreischer
That looks
and-
awesome.
and Matrix and Dune 2.
and
That's-
Silo on Apple TV as well. That TV show
Silo
is
looks
great.
pretty good. Yeah.
I'm talking about like actual movies, but yeah.
Silo's a movie, isn't it?
I don't know.
Or is it a TV show?
Silo's a TV show.
Okay. I thought Tetris was a TV show.
No,
It's a movie. That's going to be awesome. Are we
fun.
covering that on the show? I think
I'd
we
like
probably
to.
should.
I think it'd be cool.
Yeah. I'm going to watch it anyway, so we might as well. The internet does not know when season 2 will be released.
Yeah,
probably never.
I've been checking in ever since it was announced that there was going to be a season 2. Like every month or so. Like
It says
Google it.
late 2022 or 2023. That's a huge gap. Yeah, that sounds like.
Well,
they're
we're
gonna
already
cancel
into
it.
2023, so
Oh, this is a great comment from my lovely wife, Mario. I can't wait. Yeah,
that's going to be the $1 billion movie. This
I'm
year.
telling you right now, dude. That movie is going to break every
It's
record
going to be
ever.
awesome. I cannot wait for that movie.
It looks incredible. It looks so much fun. Every family that has kids is going to take all their kids.
But here's
I'm gonna spend-
Here's the thing with this movie. Okay, literally everybody alive that can still use their own teeth to chew with has played Mario.
Yes. Yeah.
It's such a generational
100%.
overlapping.
Whether you played the first
thing,
one,
yeah.
or whether you played the most recent one on Nintendo Switch, you're going to go
Yeah.
see this movie.
I literally cannot wait
Yeah.
for this movie to come out. Every trailer that's come out, I've sat back, I've watched 5 times, and I went,
looks so fun.
shit.
Dude.
This movie looks amazing.
Jack Black as
Yeah.
Bowser is the best casting I've seen all year. That is freaking. He nails it. I'm not sold on Chris Pratt as Mario yet.
Oh, I think he's going to be fine.
He's gonna be fine. I'm sure he'll be fine. But I love the fact that they're
I'm
they're
already,
trying to hide
I'm already
his voice.
convinced that if you're a person that's going to come out and hate on this movie, that you're like just
Miserable.
you're a no soul having clickbait artist. That's all you are.
Yeah.
I sincerely hope I'm wrong, but I'm really looking forward to this movie like none other.
I'm looking forward to taking our kid to this movie.
Yeah.
Because he is a huge Mario fan.
Yeah. And that's why this movie's going to make a
Yeah.
gajillion dollars.
Although it's animated, so Jude instantly hates it.
What?
I think she'll
All
make an
right, settle
exception.
down.
No. This.
I'm gonna take my kid
How
to
could
it.
how could it better be animated? I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
I don't want to watch
listen,
a live action
we
Mario movie.
tried the live
Yeah,
action
that's
Mario movie.
nonsense. Nobody wants that
Nobody
shit.
Did
wants
we
that.
though?
Yeah, they tried it.
This movie looks like it's taken right out of the video.
Oh,
game
yeah,
world. It
for
looks
sure.
amazing.
I think it'd be hilarious if they got John Leguizamo to voice Luigi.
No.
No, thanks. I'm good. I'll pass. I got the guy from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Foxhound. I got zero interest in Mario.
Oh, get out of here.
Come on,
Come
man.
on.
Come on.
You're going to watch it. Admit it. You'll watch it. It'll come out
It's
on
gonna be-
streaming.
It's
You know
gonna be
who's going
the-
to watch it is Nick. He'll watch the
Oh,
crap out of it.
100%.
I hope so.
I wouldn't even mind having him on just to talk about it because I know he's a super nerd about that stuff. He'll be able to tell me every 5,000 Easter eggs in this movie.
Well, he's a Sonic guy.
Yeah, but
Sonic and
too.
Mario people, they kind of butt heads a little bit.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Sega and Nintendo? But isn't Sonic in the new Smash Brothers?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But yeah, Mario's going to be great.
I
It's
can't
gonna,
wait.
it's
I'm
gonna,
stoked.
it's going to be at least a
Just
$1
my
billion
family
movie.
alone. It's gonna cost me $150 to take my whole family to this thing, and I'm like, yeah, it's fine. So every family that's
Taking
like
Riker too?
maybe if he can manage. I don't want to ruin the experience for other people. I have to go like a super early matinee.
He's
or something.
past the crying in the theaters phase, right? Isn't he like 5 now?
No,
No?
I haven't known.
I
him for that
feel
long.
like I haven't seen him forever.
It's gonna be. I'm going 100%. I might even go more than once. So
I'll probably go with you.
yeah,
We should just make it an outing, a family outing. Salty Nerd family. I'll bring my wife. You guys bring each other, Brett.
you guys are gonna
bring
make
your
me. You
kids.
guys make me pay, aren't you?
We're going to be like 15 people go to this thing.
We'll make it tax right off.
Oh, yeah, text right
Absolutely.
out.
Let's do it. All right, that's it.
Alex and I, when we were at school yesterday, started talking about.
Oh, I was going to ask you guys.
Yeah.
Tell us about school.
Do you guys want to set the
tell us?
stage so that the audience knows what's going on?
Alex and I are college kids.
Yeah, we signed up for some college courses. So because we have this fantastic studio and we're working on building a business together that can create content for other people, we want to make sure that we are in top shape to do editing and other things like that as far as like a post-production side of things go. So the new program out that is like all the rave across the industry is DaVinci Resolve. And
Editing
I've already
software.
yeah, I've already been using it to edit our podcast for the last couple of weeks, so I've got a little bit of a head start. But Jude and I are going to a college class, like a boot camp, to learn the basics and the color grading and the editing software and all that crazy stuff. So we'll be going to school for the next 8 weeks.
Learning the
to
program.
Learning the program so that we can be masterclass editors.
And we were hooked up with this with our good friend, Professor Sean Collette, who runs the film program over at the College of Southern
Jesus.
Nevada.
He's a cranky bastard.
Just because he doesn't like season 3 of
Oh my
Picard.
God.
He doesn't?
No.
I love
Sean?
it. He comes on the Salty Saturday show with us once in a while.
Really?
And it's nice when he's on because then I can be the nice guy. Because he's such a salty old fuck. It is I don't even watch that show.
Wait, he doesn't like the season 3?
No.
Real? Why? Does he say why? I'm sorry, I don't watch your guys' shows.
I don't think he knows why.
Okay.
I think he just likes to hate it.
No, this is incorrect. This is purely a workshop. There is no identity politics in sight at this. This is like an
First
adult.
off, it's a community college.
Yeah, it's a community college, and it's like all adults, and it's like 5 p.m. at night. So
Yeah.
there's no like.
And the professor is about the most anti-woke thing you'll ever see in your life. Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, there's nothing like that going on.
Yeah, so how was your first day at college, Alex?
Yeah, I've never even thought about going to college ever. It was
Alex and I passed notes through most of the class.
yeah, like, who do you hate more, this guy or that guy? Oh, totally this guy.
How many people are in the class?
Like
It's
4.
just like 5 people in the class.
2 adults
like-
and 2 kids getting an easy.
We're all adults.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
everybody's an adult. Everybody's probably over the age of 28. I'm guessing. I don't know, but No, it's like it's funny. So like originally there was only like 4 people in the class. Somebody's gonna watch this. There's only a couple people in the class, and then there was this one dude who came in late, and he's like, "Oh, I'm a late entry. My name's not on the roster yet." And then we're like,
he talked the whole time.
he's
The whole
the
time.
loudest person in the classroom is the guy
Started
who
telling the story about Starbucks at one point. We were all like, "Shut the fuck up!"
Sean's all like, out. Get out.
no, everybody's super cool. It's fun,
Yeah,
and I'm
it's
learning.
chill.
I'm learning more than I thought I would the first day because I already been using the program, so I have like a basic knowledge of like how to use it and how to edit and all that stuff. So there's a couple things that I'm ahead of the class with, but there's a whole bunch of stuff that I'm like, this program is.
I'm pretty lost.
I can't wait. I can't wait for you to teach me.
I will.
You're the teaching. You're the.
I'm gonna go
what-
to class
what is
and then
it?
I'm gonna come here and teach
Yeah,
you.
you're the. What do they call that? I don't know. It doesn't
I
matter.
don't either. Let's see. Shadow and Bone. I don't care about Shadow and Bone. Anybody care about Shadow and Bone?
I'm gonna watch it.
I wanted
No.
to point out that we actually have a season 1 review of Shadow and Bone up
Yeah.
on our channel because back when it came out many moons ago.
we did that with Tom.
Yeah, we covered
Oh,
it.
that's right.
I
Yeah.
think you should do it again with Tom. I don't.
Tom read the
wanna
books
watch it.
too.
Tom was actually upset that we did a ginger swap conspiracy episode without him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I
We need to
texted
get
him last
Tom
night.
hasn't
Tom,
been in the
Tom
new
has not
studio.
been in here yet. To
Yeah.
record
We
this.
need to get him in for
I know.
something.
He has a new job now, so he's pretty
job
busy with
sucks.
that. But I told him, I was like, "You're invited. You want to come?" He was like, "Well, I have to work," and I'm like, "Well, then don't bitch."
Like we can put another microphone out, right?
But we're supposed to go do trivia tonight if anybody wants to come.
Oh, okay.
Where are you doing that at?
Square Bar.
Square Bar.
So I downloaded the Six of Crows book, which is like a Shadow and Bone spinoff or something like that, or prequel. That was okay, and the
Okay.
show was fine, but it's not something that I'm really like jumping back into.
So like in the book world, it's called the Grishaverse, I think. But apparently, so like season 2 is getting ready to drop for Shadow and Bone on Netflix, and there's talk already of a spinoff based off of what was that called? Something Crows.
Six of Crows.
The Six of Crows, yeah. So basically, the spinoff would be the Six of Crows series adapted to a TV show. And I don't think it's a bad idea because I liked all those characters. I'm kind of surprised that Netflix is so high on this because I don't think the first season got a lot of attention, actually. So, the book series is popular.
You know what show that I really enjoyed the first season of that I think just completely fell off the map and everybody forgot about was Carnival Row.
Oh yeah, because the next season
It's out.
just got
It's
released.
It's
yeah.
out already, and
Yeah.
I haven't heard
You know,
a single thing about it.
I feel like we talked about both these shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's in the case of both of these series that we just kind of had too much time between
Yeah.
seasons.
Yeah.
And the interest in the beginning of it wasn't really a whole lot there. And now that they've waited so long to release these, I don't care.
Yeah,
I just don't care.
when we first started our podcast, we were talking
Yeah.
about Carnival Row.
Yeah.
You know, and then like took them 4 years to get season 2 out, and it was so expensive that before the season even dropped, they announced that they had canceled it. And so like they just like kind of like unceremoniously dropped the second season,
Yeah,
and no
there's
one
no,
cares.
there's been no marketing behind it. Like people could really be excited about this show. It's a good show.
Yeah,
but
it's
nobody
just-
cares.
Yeah, it's really Netflix is really weird about that.
Yeah.
Kind of
It's
stuff.
actually Amazon.
or even Amazon too. A lot of these streamers that way. They don't promote these shows. You know, and it's. I'm sure they're good. I'm sure it's good. I'm sure Carnival Row is super interesting. But I'm not
remember
interested.
talking to the cast and crew of C, and one of the big
Yeah.
things that they impressed upon us was that Apple doesn't promote anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, the fact that we were actually talking about it, they were kind of surprised. They were like, "Oh, you watch our show?
We were
really?"
literally the only people who talked about it on the internet. Like they even
Yeah.
said though,
There
they
was
were
a
like,
few others, but
Like, look how good Severance was, and nobody was talking about it. They
yeah.
weren't pushing it at all.
yeah, Severance
I'm not
was
gonna
awesome.
lie. I got a little bit annoyed
With what?
with that clown that got that swag bag. Of the
Oh
C
yeah, from
there.
C.
It's like, who the
I
fuck is
know.
that guy?
He gets a sweatshirt and like a
Dude's-
bag and a
dude's
bunch
got
of other
like-
stuff, and
got
I'm
like-
like,
got
who
like-
are you?
He's got like
Yeah.
40 Twitter followers and 300 people on his account.
I asked around because the production crew, and I was like, "Hey, who is this guy? Do you guys know him?" And they're like, "We don't know.
I don't know
We're
who
not.
that
In,
guy
we're
is."
like, we're not in charge of Apple's like promotional material
The
stuff."
final season party was just in LA, and I was like, I
We're
really
right here.
wish that we
I
could
know.
have gone.
Would have been dope. Would have been
Yeah.
dope.
It's like
So
we
good.
have the actual cast members on our show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna get more of them. We're gonna get them back too because we're talking about Warrior season 3 this year,
Yeah.
and we're gonna get some of those same people in here. I just noticed the chat. Somebody's asked a fan of C. Speaking of, where's the Chet shirt at? I don't see it in the store. I just looked in the store myself, and I also didn't see it. So I think that might have fallen through the cracks.
Brian,
when we. Well, I think we might have to send them the file to get it up there because it's on our old store.
I don't think it was ever up there.
Did we just custom order that one?
Was it on the
It was
other
on our
side?
old store,
Was it
I
on
think.
the old
Yeah,
store?
I think it was on the old store. We need to transfer that over. We'll get on that, and then me and him talk on Instagram, so I'll send you a link. Thoughts on Outer Range? That's another thing that I think is going to fall out of the zeitgeist of culture because
You
I
guys
really
talked about Outer Range on your Monday night show.
yeah I really like the show, but nobody else is talking about it. And season 2 is supposedly coming out, but I
What a
don't.
weird show. I
It's super
loved
weird.
it.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting and fun.
It's one of those good shows that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't even know if season 2 comes out whether or not anybody's going to care because it's been so long and it didn't really get a lot of buzz the first season. I think it's going to fall under the radar for a lot of people. I don't know if I have enough time to cover it for season 2.
Especially like a lot of streamers right now are cutting back on content production just because like they're going through these austerity measures because the good old days of the Trump economy are gone now.
They're pumping out stuff.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin. Yeah, Josh Brolin was great. My favorite scene in that show, you might remember this one there, Foxhound, is when he's like, there's no Cheetos in that hole or whatever he said when he's fighting that dude who's like doing the land management thing. That was hilarious.
Didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it? Oh. Anyway.
How are we going to pick a winner?
He's got the hashtag thing. All right, so last shout out for the hat before we do this. This right here. If you are a club member, not a club member, but if you're a member on YouTube, if you're on a laptop, you can hit the join button for $1.99. You can put a raffle ticket in. Basically, we're going to take everybody who uses the hashtag Salty Hat, all your names, put it through a little mechanism here on Streamlabs, and we'll pop out a winner, and then we will contact you and ship this hat to you. So if you would like to join up,
So we're not picking the winner live.
No, we are.
are
we
we?
are.
We're doing it live.
Okay.
Are we able to do that live?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Great. So yeah, we'll be doing that in here in just a minute. I think I only
Otherwise,
have one topic
Danny
left.
will win because I can just drive it over to his house.
Hey, what are you talking about? He's outside right
Yeah.
now. He's been in the parking lot.
I told him I'd give him mine. I'm like, you can have my hat.
That motherfucker will probably win anyway.
Yeah.
You better not win.
All right, last topic
He's got
for
his
today.
nose pressed to the door right now.
I know.
Last topic is binge watch. People prefer binge watching. I hate this trend. I want it to go away. I want the week to week. I think that's a superior way. I think it builds fandom.
What the article said is that more and more people are waiting until all episodes are available to watch a new series.
It's terrible.
So like, on all these networks that are doing like the week to week releases, people are just like, I want to be able to watch at my own leisure instead of having to wait for like a week. So they're waiting and we do this too all the time. Like we wait until the entire series is available and then we go back and we just binge it.
Yeah.
And I love that. I hate the week to
Yeah,
week.
I think
It's the
it's a
same thing.
generational thing.
It's the same thing with people who want to wait until like all of the books in a series are out before they start a series. Like people just have a preference.
Well,
I disagree with you guys so much.
yeah, me too. I'll read this real quick paragraph here. It says, in fact, 46% of all survey participants will sometimes or always wait for a series finale before they begin watching the show. The younger and respondent are the more likely to agree with that statement. 18 to 34-year-olds are most likely to agree. So a little less than half, 46% of anybody 18 to 34 just waits until the show ends before watching it.
And that's a generational thing. Because
well, yeah,
people
but
of
I'm-
my generation, I like the weekly format. I like to watch a show. I like to be able to talk about it and think about it for the week because then it gives me something to look forward to the next week. I hate having to spend an entire day binge watching something in order.
I don't think it's a generational thing because
I absolutely
I'm
think
I'm 35.
because the generational thing started with your generation.
Yeah, but I don't fit.
Because Netflix
started with mine.
and
yeah.
they started this thing where we're just going to put all 12 episodes or whatever
Yeah.
in one thing, and they can all watch it at once and soak it in. I hate that.
I hate it too.
You know, like right now, they just this last week started playing. I'm leaning over again. I got to quit doing that. But Ted Lasso
yeah.
season 3 just started.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, and the first episode came out last week. Tonight, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna watch Ted Lasso with my wife, and then I'm gonna do it again next week.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go do it again the week after that, and then I'm gonna do it again the week after that until all 10 episodes are gone.
Yep.
I've got my Wednesday nights or Tuesday nights or whatever now filled with wife time with Ted Lasso, instead of well, shit, I got to sit here with my wife and we're going to watch 3 episodes tonight and 5 episodes tomorrow. And it's like, ugh.
You can self-regulate. You can watch one a week.
Jude and I have been binging this show called Ghosts on Paramount Plus, and it's a hilarious show. I think you guys would really like it.
I've watched it. It's okay.
It's family friendly.
Yeah, it's family friendly, but it's about this couple that inherit this old mansion, and it's filled with ghosts, and the wife can see the ghosts and talk to them. And the ghosts are from all these different time eras, and they're all very kind of unique and funny.
Based on a BBC show.
Yeah. And Jude and I have been just kind of binging it the last couple of days, and it's been fun. Like, I like being able to sit there and watch a series at our own pace. Like, if we want to watch another episode, it's like, yeah, let's watch another episode.
I get it.
You know,
I'm
just
completely
saying.
disagree.
I'm just saying that with shows, some shows it works. Like, for example, what's the Netflix show with the ghost busting kids? I just finished that.
Oh, that one that these guys are talking about?
Lockwood and Co.
Lockwood and Co. Just finished that last week. Excellent show. But it's really kind of funny. I took like 8 weeks to watch all 10 episodes.
Listen,
So-
Kadish and I work together and live together. We have nothing to talk about at the end of the day. We just want to watch TV.
I couldn't do that with my wife.
I
get so tired of her being around me all the time. We get tired of each other all the time.
Unless if it's just me personally, I can binge. Like, what was that? League of Legends TV show that came out, the cartoon one. What was it called? Arcane.
Yeah.
Right. I binge watched the crap out of that because it was just me. It was fine. But when I'm sitting down with my significant other and my wife, and I'm like, hey, do you want my significant other and my wife?
I was just going to say.
Did I say that? My wife, when I'm sitting down with my wife and I'm watching a TV show, I
Guys like pineapples?
Yeah, I like upside down. I like the.
we got a party to invite you to every Sunday.
I need to stop. Why am I live? This is
She's in the
terrible.
chat.
I
Be
know.
For those of you who don't know that joke, apparently swinger parties in the 60s and 70s, you brought a pineapple with you to signify that you were a swinger.
Yeah, my wife's like, what?
And if you had an upside down pineapple in your home, that was the signal to everyone who came that you were in that
You were
lifestyle.
down
Sorry.
to party.
Yeah.
Sorry, I stuck my foot in my mouth. I do have a funny story about Adam West to tell
Wait,
on the live
you're
stream.
telling me she's... no, never mind.
Shut your mouth. I prefer watching week to week. Just my personal opinion.
Alex doesn't even want his wife to walk past another man.
I don't want my wife to watch our show. I'm so glad she doesn't.
It like makes me sweat that she's in the chat right now. I'm like, no,
I could get you in so much trouble right now.
don't say anything.
He has nothing to hide.
Okay, so I was flipping through Instagram this week. This is my last story before we wrap it up. We'll do the hat giveaway. And I saw a post. It was like, Adam West once went to an orgy dressed as Batman.
Yeah, you have to tell us this story.
So I'm like, bullcrap. Immediately, I'm like, that's not true.
Swinging 60s, brother.
Probably some freaking rumor somewhere, and it's probably like a unnamed source or whatever. They literally played an audio clip of him on an old radio show with some famous comedian or something like that back in the day, and he's telling this story. He's like, yeah, me, and I can't remember the actor's name who plays the Riddler from the old 60s Batman.
Okay.
Frank something?
Caesar.
No, that's Joker.
Caesar Romero was Joker. The Riddler was Frank something. I can't remember his last name. But he's like, yeah, me and Frank we got invited to this party after we were done filming an episode of the Batman show. And we were like, oh, let's go check out what they're doing. So we went to this party and we walk in and like you look down this little staircase and in the living room, there's an orgy. And like the guy who was listening was like laughing so hard. He's like, this is amazing. He's like, yeah, we sat there and we looked around. We're like, let's join in. And then he's like, and then like about 15 minutes later, we were asked to leave. And the guy's like, why were you asked to leave? He's like, because we were in character still. He's like, I walked in there as Batman and Frank was Riddler and they were just having a great old time. And then they were like, you got to get out of here. You're ruining our boners. And I was like, oh my God. If they would have told me that, if anybody would have said Adam West went to an orgy as Batman and got kicked out, I would have been like, nah, you're lying to me. From his own mouth in this audio thing, I was like, this
Amazing.
is a
That's
wild story. I could not believe it. It was so funny.
Well, we're going to have an orgy right here.
Getting kicked
When we turn
out.
the cameras off, right?
No,
No.
no.
I got people coming over. I'm just trying to get you in trouble.
I just thought that was a hilarious story from Adam West. Shout out to
That's
that
pretty funny.
crazy guy.
Pick a winner.
Yeah, pick a winner. Let's do this. The giveaway for the hat.
Last chance to join.
Drum
Go.
roll.
10, 9.
I don't know
You guys are really impatient.
how long does
We're only
Cadence.
an hour and 15 into this. He doesn't ever make it on Saturday mornings.
Oh, I can't talk for 4
Never
hours
make it.
about nonsense. There we go. Oh, it's up on the big screen. Can we get the fat cam going? Look at that. All right, here we go,
13
guys.
entries. Here we go.
It's gonna
Here's
be-
the drawing.
Watch it say Dork Night.
It's the drawing.
Wait, why am I in there? Am I going to win my own
Well,
hat?
Don't win your
read-
own
read,
hat.
Oh,
Quantum
Quantum
Cat.
Cat. Okay.
Wait, isn't he in England?
I hope not. Quantum Cat, one of our main supporters, is going to get this hat.
That was really cool. That
Reach
was-
out
that
to
was-
us. I think he's in Discord as well. If you're in Discord, DM any of us, one of us, and we'll get the shipping information from you.
Yes, sir.
If you don't want to use Discord, you can use our email, saltynerdpodcast@gmail.com. You can reach out to us via that. And
I really think
we'll work out the
he's-
details. If he's from the UK, we'll figure something out.
Well, we can do another drawing. And,
Do a backup drawing
Do a
real quick.
backup. So, like, if
right.
we can't get it to Quantum, we can get it to someone else.
Okay.
Do
we'll
the
do
Okay.
alternate.
Well, let's be clear. Quantum, you're not losing your spot. We'll figure something out for
Yeah.
you. But secondary winner, let's try again and see if it's somebody.
Well, and if we can't do the secondary winner for the hat, then we'll just do a pin or something.
Yeah. Is he still in the chat? I don't see him anymore. We'll see.
Melba Toast is our
Toast.
alternate.
Melba Toast. Write that down, somebody.
Probably also in the UK.
Just like everyone's in the UK.
Yeah.
all
Thank
right.
you for your support.
Melba Toast. Is that what it is? Okay. I don't recognize that name. Do we
That's
have?
all right. If he's a new member, probably.
You have him in the members, right?
Oh, I need to look. Hold on.
We're so bad at this.
I know, we're terrible
We'll
at
figure
this.
it out. We'll figure
Well, I
it
know
out.
Quantum
This
is.
is our first time doing it.
Quantum is. Yeah,
figure it
first time. So anyway, hopefully we'll figure that out, how to get that over to UK. Is Quantum Cat really in the UK?
I'm not sure.
I wish he was in the chat right now. We got a bunch of Union Jacks from Foxhound in the chat right now. I love that flag. It's the best flag ever. All right. Is that it?
Yep.
Cool. Great. Thank you all so much for being here and hanging out with us today. Seriously, head over to Discord. It's a great place to hang out with us nerds. And if we're not watching TV together, one of us is probably playing a video game and live streaming it on Discord too. And there's a huge community over there. We're pretty close to 300 members, and we're having a great time. So sign up, saltynerddiscord.com, and join us over there. V, say goodbye to the people.
Hey, see you later. Is it it?
Yep.
Wow,
Great.
I'm just done. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with us today.
Oh,
This is always
guys,
fun.
Melba Toast isn't a member.
Oh, it's not a
Oh,
member?
well, and he's disqualified.
All right,
All
disqualified.
right, we
Sorry.
One
need to-
more.
Need to do one more drawing.
One more drawing.
They spammed our hashtag without being a member.
I don't have. I should have had. the
Rooting for you,
members-
Penny.
Yeah, let's get Penny in there.
Yay!
Woo! We're so bad at this.
All right.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah, you guys dropping the hashtag in the chat
It entered us.
instantly entered you. Yeah.
Wow,
All right.
that's hilarious. One more time. Let's see.
This is our back.
I'm on the edge of my seat. This thing's broken.
Jesus Christ. Never mind.
We'll do this again next week. Good job, Quantum Cat.
Quantum Cat gets the hat. We'll figure it out. Thank you guys so much. Let's end it. Adios. Stay salty. We'll see you next week on Tuesdays, as always.